Welcome back to another video for HarborFinancialOnline.com. Today I'm going to talk about how to save money on federal income tax, and I'm going to go over some of the biggest areas I think you should know on how to lower your taxes and increase your refund. So let me get the video started and we'll walk through this together. So the first thing you want to do is maximize your personal exemptions. This is what you're reporting to your employer, your number of exemptions, how many dependents you have. So the more exemptions that you report to your employer, the less federal tax they're going to take out of your check, and on top of that, the less state tax they're going to take. Because a lot of the times you end up getting a bigger refund than you should, because you want to pay in as least amount of tax as possible each year. So reporting more exemptions is going to give you more money in your paycheck each pay period. So you want to look at that. You want to maximize all the deductions you can get and tax credits. Deductions and credits are different. You're going to get a bigger benefit from having credits, because a deduction is just a percentage. A credit, whatever that amount of that, if it's $8,000 credit, it's $8,000 less in tax you have to pay. That's how that works. And usually deductions will be 10%. It's a percentage. Lowering the amount of income you had to report is obviously going to lower your taxes, but there's really not a whole lot you can do about that. It all comes in the way of increasing the deductions and credits. Child support doesn't have to be reported as income, so make sure you're not lumping that into any income category. Again, increasing the exemptions. So you might just want to look at that. You can deduct moving expenses for a job, so any hotel expenses, mileage, food, any of that related to moving for a job, there's a percentage deduction you're going to get. And storage cost, anything related to that job to have to relocate for the job, so long as your new employer is not reimbursing you for the amount of those expenses. What you can do, if they're reimbursing you a certain amount and it's not covering all your cost, you can report that difference. So if they paid $1,000 and you had $2,000 in cost, you can still report another $1,000 and get that deducted. Increase your 401k deductions. These are the deductions your employer takes for your investments, for your 401k. Increasing that is going to be less tax you have to pay, because any of those contributions you don't have to pay tax on. And sometimes that's going to put you into a much lower tax bracket, so it can be really worth it. Consider starting a small business. I always recommend people that have hobbies. If there's a hobby that you can make money at, start a small business. This will be called a Schedule C business. And if you show a loss at any time in that business when you file at the end of the year, that can increase your refund, because that loss is going to offset the income you made from your job. So if you're interested in, I've always wanted to start a business, it's a really good opportunity for your tax situation and to increase your refund. Buying a home will decrease your taxes, and especially this year with the first-time home buyer's credit. You have mortgage interest you can deduct, you have taxes, lines of credit, all that interest is deductible, including the summer and winter real estate taxes. And there's other credits out there right now that you can get for having a home. So that's a big advantage, and I usually don't recommend people paying off their home too quick because of the great tax advantages you can get to having a home. If you can itemize deductions rather than using the standard deduction, you're going to save a lot of money, and you're usually going to get a bigger refund. So try to itemize. Those are the two ways you can go: standard deduction or itemizing. Itemizing is normally if you own a home. So if you don't own a home, it's probably not going to work for you. So I'd go with the standard deduction if you can, that way. And again, here are some of the items that you get by itemizing. Now, rental homes can be a good tax deduction as well, because rental homes more of a long-term investment. You're not going to make much money each year on that, but you'll have a lot of expenses with that. And usually in the first few years of a rental home, you're going to have a loss, and that loss is going to offset the income, your other income, taxes on the other income. So rental homes are a really good way to go. And there's a lot of great deductions, even if you had a multi-rental home. If you had a small apartment complex, there's great advantages to that. And with the rental home, you can depreciate the house. So you can get deductions and towards $8,000 and $10,000 a year based on that. So it's really good. Schedule A is where you have all your itemized deductions, and you can go through that form and see every area that you can get as a write-off for you. And with the small business Schedule C, you're going to have major deductions with mileage with your vehicle. You can do actual vehicle cost or mileage, and you get 55 cents per mile if you have a small business as deductible. When I mean deductible, that's income that you don't have to pay taxes on. So it's 55 cents per mile. If you made every 55 cents that you made at your job, you don't have to pay tax on. So it really adds up a lot. At our site at harborfinancialonline.com, you can use our online tax estimator and put in all these deductions and see how it's going to affect your taxes. There's so many credits and deductions out there right now. The tax law is constantly changing, and on our site, I'm going to take you to it right now, harborfinancialonline.com, we offer information on all the deductions and credits that are out there, and we update with the new ones. You can see on the left here we have all the different areas, having a small business, and the different credits that are available to most of you starting a business out of your home. By having the home business, what I talked about, you can have a home office, and you get the home office deduction, which is a huge deduction that you can write off a lot of your home expenses, a percentage of those, so it works out really well. And you can prepare the return directly online through our site and use the estimator calculator. And those are the main things I want to talk about with the tax video today. And if you have any questions, send me an email, expert@harborfinancialonline.com. I'll answer any questions you guys have about tax, and if you have any suggestions for new videos, let me know, and I'll put together a presentation for you guys. Thank you for watching the videos, and check out our website, harborfinancialonline.com. Thanks.